30 Days with Jesus, Day 8, The Storm on the Lake. Jesus had been very busy all day. He has taught people from a boat on a lake. Now he needs to rest, away from the crowds who follow him. Bible reading from the Easy English Bible. Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41. On that same day, in the evening, Jesus said to his disciples, "We should go across the lake to the other side." So they went and left the crowd behind. Jesus was already in the boat. So the disciples took him across the lake. Some other boats also went with them. Then a strong wind began to blow across the lake. Water began to go into the boat and fill it. Soon the boat was almost going under the water. Jesus was in a comfortable place at the back of the boat. He was sleeping. The disciples woke him. They said to him, "Teacher, we will die here in the water. Please do something." Jesus woke up and he spoke strongly to the wind and to the water. He said, "Be quiet. Stop." Then the wind stopped and the water became quiet again. Jesus said to his disciples, "You should not be afraid like that. You should trust me." But the disciples became very afraid. They said to each other, "Who is this man? Even the wind and the water obey him." Reflection. The Sea of Galilee is not actually a sea, but a big heart-shaped lake, about 21 kilometers long and about 11 kilometers at its broadest point. It looks peaceful, but the surrounding cliffs make sudden fierce storms quite common. It is not only boats that get tossed around like child's toys. The nearby modern car parks have warnings about enormous waves flooding cars. On this occasion, the fishing boat looked as if it was going down, and the friends of Jesus, tough fishermen, were filled with fear. Jesus was with them, and tired after his teaching ministry that day, he was asleep in the place of honor, on the captain's cushion. He must have been extremely tired, but they woke him with cries for rescue. "Do you not care that we are going to die?" He woke up and spoke severely to the wind and the waves as though they were living things. As a matter of fact, Jews, most of whom never went into or on the sea, considered the lake as a sort of enormous wild creature. So Jesus spoke to it in this way, "Peace, be still." And to their absolute amazement, the wind ceased and there was perfect calm. Not surprising that they were amazed, and they said to one another, "Who is this? Even the wind and the sea obey him." Of course, they were astonished, but they will have remembered the many places in their holy books which insist that it is God who controls the wind and the waves. They sense that a divine, creative power which made the world is active in this Jesus. That thought is almost unbelievable for them. But do not forget how this would have affected the first people to read about it. They will also have rejoiced to think that whatever storms of life they are going through, sorrow, loneliness, persecution, Jesus is with them and he is in control.